Hey, Brian Steer, Blue Homes Real Estate Group. Jumping on today to talk a little bit about the current state of the real estate market and where we're heading, specifically when it comes to the F word in real estate, which would be foreclosure. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about, seeing a lot of comments on videos and posts that people think we're going to end up with a huge amount of foreclosures like we did back after the 2008 crash. And the reason people feel that way is because of what is currently going on with mortgage forbearance. And I just kind of wanted to give a couple reasons why I feel that that's not going to happen, especially at the level that it did back after the crash in 2008. So, for starters, it was originally projected when the pandemic started that, and all these banks started to offer forbearance, that about 30% of homeowners would sign up for the forbearance program and fall into forbearance, when in actuality, less than 10% actually ended up doing so. And that number has been on a steady decline ever since then, and it's fallen to about 5.6% active forbearances, which is below 3 million, and that's the first time it's gotten below 3 million since April. Also, many people that are still in forbearance are actually paying their mortgage. So they went ahead and signed up and got a forbearance as basically, kind of a safety net, but ended up realizing, I guess, that they could continue to pay. So they have done so and they're not behind. And that's about 25% of those just under 3 million that are still left in forbearance. So that leaves just over 2 million that are still actively in forbearance, which is what makes people concerned that there's another large wave of foreclosures coming down the road, just like there was about a decade ago. But again, here is the main reason why this market is different than that and this situation is different. The number one thing is going to be strategic defaults. So what strategic defaults are is when you are upside down in your home, meaning when you owe more than it's worth and you're unable to sell, people will just make a strategic default, which means they will just decide to stop paying completely and they're just going to go ahead and walk away from the loan and wait for the bank to take it back. Now, that happened a lot back in the early 2000s after the 2008 crash because the excessive amount of inventory made prices drop over 30% in most markets, which put a lot of people that bought upside down. So they had no real chance of selling because they were completely upside down in their mortgages. They could not get for the home what they owed on it. So what's different about that now is that most homeowners have a significant amount of equity in their home. So that single fact decreases the likelihood of strategic defaults immensely because people, if they have to sell, can now sell and just take their equity, put it in their pocket and move on and go rent or do whatever they need to do. There's also other options in today's market that didn't exist after the 2008 crash. Number one, short sales. Now, short sales did exist, but it didn't come in until the end. And the short sales is the thing that really kind of helped us wade through a lot of those bad loans and helped keep a lot of people from going to foreclosure. And what that is basically is exactly what it sounds like. The lending institution that you're with allows you to sell short of what you owe. So if you owe more than the home is worth, they allow you to sell it for less than what you owe and forgive the remainder of the debt. Now, we also have refinance and repay, which for people with equity, what you can do is take the back payments that you owe, refinance your home to make those payments, and then repay, a larger mortgage amount moving forward. You also have deferral, which is different than forbearance. Forbearance is they're just allowing you to forgive a couple payments, but then they're going to want a lump sum, which is why you can refinance and repay. If you can get a deferral, they take the months that you've missed and just put them on the back of your loan. So if you owe 15 years and you miss 6 months, well, now you owe 15 years and 6 months and you just continue paying. We also have loan modifications. So you can get a loan modification to change your payment if that doesn't work. If, however, now you have no equity and you do not qualify for one of the other situations that we just talked about, then most likely you will have to go to foreclosure. That's going to be the group that ends up in foreclosure in most cases. So in total, you're looking at an estimated 172,000 loans that are in forbearance, that are at least 3 months behind and have less than 10% equity in their home. So those are the people that are going to end up heading towards foreclosure if they can't do something else. So out of just about 3 million, you have about 172,000, and this is as per the Mortgage Bankers Association, and they ran these numbers back on September 6th. So out of about 3 million people in forbearance, you have 172,000 that are over 3 months behind in forbearance and have less than 10% equity in their home, which puts them in a position to really not be able to sell and come out with any money or sell without bringing money to the table. So those are going to be the ones that are probably going to head towards foreclosure. So there's going to be foreclosures, but there's just not going to be this huge wave like there was back after the 2008 crash. So again, to sum it up, the millions that are in forbearance, there's only going to be a small number of those who may actually head to foreclosure. The rest of them are going to end up modifying their loan somehow, either short sale, repay or refinance and repay, deferment, loan modification, or they're already paying. They never actually used the forbearance that they signed up for. So again, just a couple reasons why I feel like this market is different than 2008, and we're not going to end up with anywhere near the amount of foreclosures that we did then. We're going to have some, but not near the amount, and it's not going to tank the market. So anyway, I hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 609-425-9428 or go ahead and drop a message. Once again, it's Brian Steer, Blue Homes Real Estate Group. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next one.